Yeah, why the hell not?
No, it was British Ninja. He got pissed because apparently you were about to say his name, and then I apparently interrupted him.
You know, I meant to mention
And
that
he was
too, and I
rather
was like,
pissed.
I was gonna say, I'll let it go. Fuck it, I don't need to get into another argument with Sapphire Heart Song.
Hello.
Hello, Brawny. Welcome to the show.
Greetings.
All right
Oh.
then. I forgot my.
Hello, person I've never met before, but I hear is somewhat famous.
Yes, Brawny Buck is.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, go ahead.
I wouldn't say famous in any capacity.
Horse famous.
Oh, hey,
Well, I've heard of you. I've seen some of your work, but you know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have a question for Bonnie.
Well, he's
what can
not
I
the
do
guest,
for
but
you?
go ahead.
Now, do you remember me?
Who said that?
Okay.
Yes, right here, red guy.
Honestly, no. Should I?
I gave you like $50 for like 30 months. But anyways,
I'm not going to help you beat up on Brawny, and this isn't.
No, I'm not.
The venue is wrong, Oki.
Which is why we're doing it before.
Okay. Oh, okay. What was the question you were asking? I forget.
Oh, now I remember you.
Yes.
Yeah, the Jerry Pete guy. But anyways, he's not a good person.
No. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Classic.
I'm sorry I had to cut that out. Like I thought about it for a while, and I'm like, there's a line, and this is it.
Yeah, it's fine.
But thank you. It did help a lot.
Well, to be fair, Brawny, I think when I've talked to Jerry, when he realizes that it's usually someone's doing it for the money, he doesn't take it as personal. As Oki has gone around terrorizing poor Jerry several places in the past.
Speaking of poor Jerry, my
Manga,
video's like
and I
30
know
away from
someone like
1,000.
that.
Oh, I told you you'd get there.
Yeah.
There's nothing like the Jerry Pete rub.
The Pete effect.
Yes, in case. Yes. One more time with feeling. This is FNGR, joined by the following co-hosts: Okizeme,
Hi.
Sapphire Heart Song.
Hello, bitches.
Yeah, that'll do. Any catchphrase will do. Yeah, I
You
forgot.
know I'm always going to use that.
Yeah, I forgot that Brawny was actually a co-host and not the guest. Brawny Buck.
Greetings.
I'm terribly sorry. And this week's King of Limbo, if I can be bothered to remember, Manga Kamen.
Sharpen your knives, place your bets, and repair yourselves, people. This is gonna hurt.
Indeed. All right then. Before I take over, does anyone have any questions for the guest?
Not
All right
at
then.
the moment. I'm sure I'll think of something eventually.
Aw.
Mr.
Alright, so why a griffin?
Why a griffin, huh? Actually, I'm working on a video on this, but what the hell, I don't care. Essentially, the character I chose for this, I was originally go with a brown horse with a pompadour hairstyle, you know, like one of those that really juts out you see in like anime and stuff. I noticed that when I was looking at other people's pony videos, I was like, there's a lot of hooves here. Way too many for me to really care for.
Yeah, you don't want to be one of these weird pony people.
Yeah, plus the brown horse thing is my shtick.
But if you really want a really fun reason for why I decided to go with the griffin, if I ever got into an argument with someone in a video and stuff like that, I wanted to flip them the bird.
That sounds like a pun.
It is.
Yeah. But what first got you into sprite work?
I've always been interested in video games and stuff like that. My favorite games are basically the 2D side-scrollers, like Sonic's Shovel Knight, Azure Striker Gunvolt, I believe his name is.
I know that game.
One at a time, please.
Sorry.
I've always just been really interested in sprite work. I used to make a whole bunch of them when I was younger, but I never really had like the proper programs to really use them until recently. I've always wanted it, and since I saw like Death Battle from Screw Attack, I always thought, you know, they can do it. What's stopping me from trying it?
Have you worked on any projects?
I am actually working on a few projects. 2 for Halloween, 1 for November, which is actually going to be for our thoughts on analysis on, well, let's just say he's got a really toxic fan base and thinks all trolls are bullies.
Oh, I think I know.
Yeah.
Is it a mystery to guess who it is?
Well, I guess you could say it's a mystery.
Yeah, I think we know who it is. Okay, we'll leave it at that.
And
Interesting.
the most recent one is I am actually working on another thoughts on analysis. I'm hoping to get it done by next week. And it's about another feathered-brained person.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Is it Scan 120? I bet it's Scan 120.
Oh, I keep forgetting Brawny has one of those. No, I think I was going to say a non-full bird, yeah.
What programs do you use?
Well, for making the sprites themselves, I essentially just use Paint Tool Psy. It's a really versatile program that you can get for free. It's essentially Photoshop, but has a lot more versatility. But you can also transfer them into Photoshop, which is the other program I use, because the way I make my animations for my videos and stuff, it is essentially flipbook animation. Now, if I had more time and I wasn't constricted to like 3 different jobs, I could probably do like a full-on animation like you see on YouTube where people do like that. I've actually done that before for a project in my college days. I would love to get back into it, but like I said, I just don't have the time or resources to do that.
How do you go about managing your time?
Most of the time, I go to school online, so that's not really much of a problem. For my jobs, one of them, I usually get called up early in the morning. It's basically, I go in, I throw on a shirt or pants, they take pictures. Essentially, it depends on my hours, because for one of my jobs, I have to drive across state lines sometimes, because I work in construction, and I have to basically flip a sign around. I'm one of those guys. So I just stand there with the stop sign, and then I shake my fist if you go too fast. Essentially, I just come up with a schedule, and I try to squeeze as much time as I can. You gotta find the time.
Yeah, I've been there before.
You're
Most of the
definitely
time.
productive with all that in mind.
So it looks like you've got a few of these, thoughts on different analyst ones here. Did you have? Who else did you plan on doing?
Well, I do plan on doing pretty much everyone I can think of. Toon Critic, Ink Rose, Golden Fox, and Keyframe. I might do those 2 together because I have a really wicked idea for that, because I've got 2 Griffin persona that I can use for that.
And he thought of these all on his own.
Ow.
That sounds like there's some implications there. What am I missing?
Oh, I may have put him up to. I was like sitting there saying, I know you have 2 personas. You could use one of them for Keyframe and one of them for Golden Fox. If you do it the right way, they'll really appreciate it. If you do it the wrong way, I don't know you.
Well, it's a little hard to deny that at this point.
You plant the seed, but you don't know what's going to come from it.
Hard, but not impossible.
The thing is, I could go really, really south with these things. I could really be mean about these things, but in all
I'm
honesty,
sure you could.
Yeah.
I could too if I wanted. A lot of people could. I mean, there's certainly enough to work with.
my philosophy when it comes to this, if you put it out there, you give me ammunition. Like how I did with Josh Scorcher's video where he put that picture of his OC Firebrand in panties.
Well, I don't think that you really went all that south with that. I thought...
No. I don't know if he's going to... I'm pretty sure he won't ever hear this, but I actually talked to him about it, and he was like, wait, those are panties? He didn't realize it! He just thought it was a badly drawn play. So I can get the chat logs to prove this.
No. I'll take you at your face value.
I am certain I don't want to know the answers to the many questions that raises. It just, oh god, the implications.
Yeah.
Also, recently, someone drew his pony in an anthro form wearing nothing but panties as well.
Nothing.
So, going to the next question.
So how did you... Yeah, okay, let's go to the next question here. I'm just going to shoot myself in the foot if I get more curious.
Oh, alright. This is something that I stole from Anthony, but what's something as an artist you won't do?
Ooh, I didn't even write that down this time.
Yeah, really, considering my current profile picture.
Alright, now it's gotta be in the video.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do...
It better be.
Yay, more work for me for my own video.
Well, yours isn't as bad as Anthony's, there, Sapphire.
What I won't do as an artist. Essentially, I am really flexible with this kind of thing, but the one thing I am kind of edgy on is essentially sex scenes, and it's not because I'm against that. I would gladly do it, but I get the feeling I wouldn't be that good at it.
Damn it, Peter! Why couldn't you come on this podcast?
No, let's keep Peter far away from this podcast for the sake of my own sanity, please.
Oh, come on, it's Limbo. We all lose our sanity at this point in time.
Yeah, this is why I got out while I still could.
There any fan animations from people within the community that you're big on, like say Group 5, C students, so forth?
To be perfectly honest, I really don't follow the groups that religiously. I do watch a few of their animations, and I do have to admit that they are beautiful, but, and this is beating a dead horse, fact of the matter is, the problem with most of the fan animations is the story. You can make something as beautiful as you want, but if it's incoherent, it just doesn't really appeal to me, because I'm a guy who enjoys both artistically when you see it visually, and you see the story as well. Frankly, when you have like a story that doesn't make any sense, or there's like lines, or people do a bad job voicing, it really detracts from the beauty that you see on the screen.
Is there a name that leaps out at you for that sort of thing?
KP's Discord one. The one where she was actually Discord.
Oh. I'm not familiar with
I
this.
hated that one.
Yeah,
Ugh.
if you didn't see it, it was where she was essentially like, "Oh, I'm Discord now. I'm gonna be a jackass to everyone."
Do you consider that you have any rivals in the community?
Pretty much everyone.
Oh, okay. This
but
is
if
why
I
I get
really-
along with Manga Kamen.
Which reminds
It's
me,
okay.
at last we meet. Prepare for our imminent duel and your imminent demise.
Right,
I,
person I have never met before, but I consider you a rival for some reason beyond my
Yes.
control,
I will have my revenge.
Brawny would do.
which will be non-specific about for the rest of our continuation and rivalry.
Well, I guess
Yes.
I technically said I don't argue with the guest. I didn't say anything about dueling with it, so whatever. Well, you haven't screwed up enough where you've become household name, where people sit there and go, "Ugh, it's Manga Kamen. He's up there with Minty Root and whatever the hell is. What's that Dusk Stawn?"
Give me 2 months.
Go ahead.
I noticed you're a big fan of Kamen Rider. What influence does that have on your internet persona?
Well, for one thing, the cutie mark I have painted on my griffin's butt. I will admit this, I blatantly took the symbol for one of my favorite writers and just slapped it on there, mainly just for it to symbolize the versatility that I want to explicit with my channel. I don't want to just be known for pony stuff. I want to be known for, like, animation. I want to be known for, like, live action stuff. Frankly, I just like the character, and it kind of inspired partially for the design of my griffin. It's just basically for the feather style or hairstyle, whatever the hell you want to call it.
What's the craziest brony you've met since getting into the fandom?
Does it have to be a well-known one, or can it be someone I met at a convention?
It has to
Or
be the
someone
craziest
you know
one.
in the skull.
Let's go with one of each.
At one convention, I actually met a brony who brought a sex pony doll with him to it.
Why is that not shocking?
Oh.
Why do I not doubt that in the least?
It exists. It must happen.
So, how badly did you break his kneecaps?
Well, you
Well,
didn't.
from the moment he threw the damn thing on my shoulders, that's when I decided this guy needs to lose some teeth.
Oh,
It
Good
didn't
God.
Which pony was it?
daring do for some reason.
No, not my wife.
Okay, what was the other one?
I was picturing Rainbow Dash for some odd reason, but go on.
Technically, you're not too far off.
Well, I guess not.
For the craziest one I've met so far in the fandom, as an analyst or anything like that, Josh Scorcher. Because I've actually talked to him a few times and I got him on my contact list. Didn't have to pay $15 for that. And it's not because that he's too crazy, it's just the fact that if you say something that's the slightest bit hurtful and it's in a group conversation, the moment he says, "Whoa, you're going too far," everyone, and I mean everyone in the conversation, will jump all over you.
What, does
I
that
can
remind you of
admit-
some kind of chamber?
Hey,
I would have continued with the pony allegory and called it a herd mentality.
What's your biggest distraction?
My biggest distraction in projects? It would probably have to be all the games that I reference, because normally when I want to do like a game reference, I will actually go out and try to find the games that I want to parody, so that way I can have like a feel of what they are. Don't get me wrong, looking on YouTube to find Let's Plays and that sort of thing is fine, but don't get that same experience. You don't see how frustrating it could be, especially when you got people who can put in cheat codes or are doing it just for an act. I mean, I actually went to my local flea market and I found a copy of Pitfall, and I played it for like about an hour and a half there, and I'm at the point where I just want to yank this thing and throw it against the wall, but I'm not going to do that because that's going to cost me money.
Those are
Oh.
the days.
wait, which Pitfall was it?
It was the original one on Atari. I currently got my hands on first 3 Silent Hill games, and I'm working on something for Halloween, and I'm trying to play through them all, and that's basically my biggest distraction because I'm getting absorbed into it, and I should be working on the sprites for it.
So you like
So
the
yeah,
game.
you could probably expect to see a pyramid head pony on my channel sometime.
Let's see, if it's someone tall, it's going to be Gibbontake, right?
Oh my.
Yeah, just have that crazy mane spread out throughout the underneath the pyramid head.
By the way, are you currently pursuing education at all?
My second bachelor's degree.
How bad are
Well-
the loans so far? Oh, go ahead, Bonnie.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what they were, what those degrees are.
Well, my associate's degree is in business and technology with a minor in accounting, and my first bachelor's degree is actually in political science pre-law.
This guy's going places.
God be willing. I'm always
Yeah.
proud when a Brony
Damn
manages to
right.
escape.
And my current one, I'm actually going in for more art detail, so I'm going into game design and sequential art.
What
Ooh.
made you want to study all these things?
Well, for the first part, for my associate's degree, I went to community college. I just wanted to get my basics out of the way, and it seemed like a safe degree to go for. It was actually the most cost-effective at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also I could transfer most of my credits to any college in the country that I wanted to, so I wouldn't have to take math again.
I know what that's like.
For the political science pre-law, I actually have a lot of politicians in my family, so it was kind of expected, but at the same time, I wanted to actually get the basic groundworks, learning law, so that way I could have an understanding of copyright law, I could have an understanding of basically, if I create a product, I want to make sure that no one will screw me over. I could have gone to law school, but that would have required a lot more money than I had in the bank.
Are you good at citation?
I actually am. I do that all the time. Whenever I do my Lore of the Worlds video, I cite all my works and all my information on it.
Plus, as a matter of personal experience, I have yet to meet a lawyer who is either a nice person or enjoys their job, so you probably dodged a bullet.
Oddly enough, I actually have met a few nice lawyers. You're just thinking about the ambulance chasers, and unfortunately, I do have a couple of those in my family, so yeah.
I actually don't know any ambulance chasers personally. I've met a couple, but, you know, in different contexts. The ones that I was friends with just would start arguments over nothing, and you couldn't diffuse them once it started. It was after like the third or fourth time that happened, I started to notice a pattern.
Kind of sounds like a bunch of the Brony